Hey everyone, and welcome back to today's video. I'm Ross and this is the GrooveTube Academy. In today's video, we're going to do a GroovePages tutorial, how to make a mobile responsive page in Groove. Now, I've seen this come up quite a lot in the Facebook group, so I just thought I'd show you a couple of neat tricks that I've found out to help you create that page, because it's nothing more annoying than doing everything in desktop and then going down into your mobile page and all the information is skewed up all over the place. So I just wanted to stick with me on this one. I'll show you exactly what I've been doing, and it seems to be working now. So hopefully it'll help you. Now, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so over in another corner. That would be great, and you'll be notified straight away of all the upcoming videos. And if you find this video useful, please let me know by putting your feedback in the comments. So let's get straight into it. So here we go. I've just got a page that I've been fiddling around with when I've been building out the demos. You might have seen this one before in one of my previous videos. But I'm just going to show you the kind of things that are going to cause problems with the mobile. So basically, as an overview, you've got everything selected here at the moment. So that's your desktop, your laptop, your iPad going sort of horizontal, your iPad vertical, and then your mobile itself. So at the moment, I'm on the desktop view and I've got everything below selected. So every time I make a change on this page, it'll be affecting the pages below it. So the few things that I've noticed that people are doing that are probably getting stuck, which I've done myself, by the way, so I'm figuring it out as I go along, but I thought I'd just share this with you, is especially with videos and images and text as well. So remember, I'll just move this out of the way a bit. So remember always to be looking down here to see what it is you've actually selected. So what I've selected here is the embed option of this video, and that's housed within a container, and the container's housed within layout 1. So it's important to know exactly where you are at each stage. So at the moment, I've selected this embedded video. Now, your friends will now become spacing and size. Now, you'll always know that something's happened with the spacing and size because it's got this little dot here, which means that something's been changed in it. So that'll draw your attention to what needs changed. Now, a few tricks that I've got for you is in size itself. When you're dealing with the video or the image that you've got within the image section here within the container, you always want to change it relative to parent. Now, sometimes when you go into here, this is just shown as blank, and people go in and they change it to PX, and then they go like this and they change it to the size that they think looks okay, and they go like that and they think, yeah, that's good, I will save that. Now, the only problem doing it with pixels is it's keeping it set to that size when each of the other pages that you've got. So we'll have a look at what that's done to, and in fact, in this scenario, it's not affected it too much in the mobile view and the other ones. But what I like to do is I like to select it. So remember, I've selected embed. I like to change it relative to the parent, which means that it's always going to change relative to which container it's in. And then that way you can just select it and you can select it to the size you want. I'm just going to do 80% and then save. And then when you go back down to your mobile feed, you can see that that's going to change it regardless of where it is, whether it's mobile, iPad, iPad, sort of landscape, whatever it is. So that's one tip. Whenever you're doing sizing with regards to images and videos, text areas, that sort of thing, just change the size relative to its parent and then change it to whatever you want it to show, 80%, 100%, whatever looks good. Now, that is going to save you a lot of time, and just doing this simple one trick is going to help so much with your other pages on other devices. So the other thing that I've noticed happening is we've now got these drag handles, which is a great feature. So you'll notice up here you've got your drag handles up and down, your drag handles going side to side, and then you've got this bit that changes where it is you want to put on the page. Now I'm going to try and just make this go out with the page and see how it affects the other side. So I'm going to deliberately drag it, sorry, the other devices. I'm going to deliberately drag it out to the edge. So select it again, and can't actually select that bit, but I'm just basically going to make it larger than either the container or the block that it's housed in, and see how that affects it on other devices. So save that. And this is where I'm pretty sure they're going to fix it, but it looks as though it's giving you ease of use because you're able to just move it around within the page. But the only problem is it starts fiddling about. Yeah, so this is actually a great example. So now you can see if you've got a pink bit of string down the bottom of your mobile page, look, it's starting to go side to side, and it means when somebody's scrolling down your mobile screen, it's going to be going back and forward, and it just looks really unprofessional. So that's exactly what's happened in this scenario. So if you remember rightly, I've started to use these drag pins like this and these sliders. So the only thing I can say is at the moment, until this gets updated, just use these with caution. So if you want to use them because your page is not quite in the right bit, I would just change it ever so slightly, save it, and then go to a mobile page to see what action it's actually taken within that page. So let's see if we can rectify this then and put it all back to normal. So you're selecting the embed area that I've got for this video, for example. And remember, you can either go up one to the container, or you can click down here for the container, and that's showing you the container itself. So remember, this is held within the container. So if I just wanted to do that and maybe perhaps try and sort it out again, get all drag back in and then save, and then back to mobile. You can see that now you're going to have to actually fiddle about with this manually as well. I'll just make sure that it's still got sized. See, this is a great example. So the minute I started fiddling about with these handles here, it's changed this back to the blank size. And this is where the problem lies. So if you go back in and change it back to relative to parent, and then back to whatever size you want, I think we had it around about 80%, and then save, then hopefully this has now changed it in back into mobile. So it has changed it ever so slightly, but I did muck about with it quite a bit. I think I used these handles as well. So the other thing you can do is once you're happy with your desktop view, just say we're happy with that, everything's in the right place. What I would do is I would go down to mobile. Now, what you want to do when you're in the mobile tab is click it again. And this is very important. So this is telling me that I'm now only working within the mobile page itself. Now, I can make changes here that shouldn't affect the other pages, but what I've found is it does ever so slightly. Now, you just need to bear with it whilst we're still in beta, remember, whilst we get these bugs ironed out. But this is going to help you so much. So what we want to do is just make sure it's relative to parent again, which it is, and we can change it around if you like. And remember these little tabs, which is basically just changing. I'll see if I can get it to change. So see what we're doing there, these little tabs here, these little handles that are sliding across, all it's doing is changing the spacing. So if you wanted another way to try and limit the errors, is just to go in and change the spacing within here. And then that means that you can make sure these are both 0. That's shown 4.5, and you'll see this changes as I move this up the page. So see that changing? So all that's doing is changing basically the spacing. So if you're ever a bit confused as to what you're doing here, just go back into the spacing tab and see what these numbers are telling you. So as you can see, as I moved that over to the side, it got rid of that little slider at the bottom. Let me just show you again. So I'm sliding it across. You see it's just came in? So you'll always find there's one or two or even more elements within that. And if you just watch the bottom of the screen here, so this area down here, as I slide this across, you'll notice a pink slider disappears. So we know that we're doing it right. Now, if you want to make it center of the page, you just do that until it reads 0 again, which you can see by just looking at that, it looks 0. So what you do is you save that, and then you'd go up to the next device. So we'd go up to the iPad, and you can see it's still not quite right there. And what this will be is just the spacing again. So you'll see that it's not kept the spacing from the last one. So you can either use this to drag it back into 0, excuse me, or you can, remember, manually just set it there by doing stuff like this. So that looks good. That's back in the middle. Save, and then go back up into your other landscape. See, it's not changing it up the way, so that's a good thing. So we changed it in mobile, and it's not actually reflecting that up the way. So it means that anything you're doing down below is not then changing the other screens. So again, I'll just do either way. And back to 0, it's back in the middle. And remember to keep saving, and then back up to your desktop view, and back to 0, save, and then finally we'll just have a look at our, sorry, that was our laptop view, then our desktop, and everything back to 0, back in the middle, and save. Now, you should be able to see now that that's all saved, and then as you click through, everything's back in the middle. So just as a summary, two main things that are happening is, if you think that you've got a mobile page that's got the pink string at the bottom, the slider going back and forward, two places to look: spacing and size, and have a fiddle around with them. Relative to parent sorts out a lot of your problems. So I would go with that initially, and then just select it to the size that you want within the container. The other thing is it may well be that you just need to go through and select each individual piece. So we know that it's not the embed that's got the problem here. So we might want to go to the container that it's got in there. Maybe that's slightly overhanging the page. See, as I dragged that there, let's undo that for a second. As I dragged that container, you'll notice that the pink string then illuminated. So I know that it's the container itself that's giving me the problem. So you can drag it back in, the pink is gone. So now you've got a responsive page again. So hopefully that was helpful. The best thing to do is just get a demo page up for yourself and really just start playing around with it and make mistakes and then see if you can correct them. To be honest, that's what I've been doing a lot of the time, and it's the easiest way to figure it out. Jot it down, remember it for the next time, and hopefully as we progress with Groove, these errors and little bugs with the platform will be ironed out. But we all know it's going to be for the benefit, because it's an absolutely superb platform. And let's face it, the things we can do with this platform are just incredible. And if we have to push through these little errors and bugs, then so be it, because we are going to be so strong in our businesses on the other side. So hopefully that was useful to you. I'll get this posted now. And if it was useful, please leave me a like. The ones that are getting the most likes are the ones that I'm going to try and generate more content for, because you're telling me that that's the videos you want to see. So hopefully that helps, guys. Whatever you're doing today, I wish you a fantastic day. Remember, yes, you're going to be pulling your hair out. You want to chuck that laptop out the window, but we're all in it together. And if I can't help you in any way, reach out. I'll be in the Facebook group. You've got me here on YouTube. I'm starting to set up a GrooveTubeAcademy.com website within the within GroovePages itself, and I'm going to be tinkering with that all the time, and I'm using all this stuff to create videos to then hopefully pass on to you and help you. So thanks for your time. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.